プレイステーション
Welcome to the land of long live play where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation Experience. I'm one of your hosts, Delvin Cox, and with me as always is the Platinum Princess herself, Miss Haley Nicole Miller. How you doing, Haley?
Surviving.
Good answer. Good answer. Glad to see you in the game. Also with us, the Lord and Savior PS XP Snurts. How you doing, buddy?
I am back, and it's fun to be podcasting once again with you lovely people.
Good. So we're back. We're live. We're rocking. We're kicking butt. Taking names. Let me make a call. Let's just get to it. Let's see. Any, mini, mighty, mo, Snurts. How's your week been?
It's been fine. I've had a full podcast weekend with the PlayStation Experience, and we recorded our 11th episode of Sacrilegious with Robin and Snurts yesterday, so that'll be dropping on 9/1. And it's fun that we made it to 10 episodes, and I'm really proud of that to keep a creative thing going. Much like the Simpsons joke where Bart tries to learn guitar and then puts it in his closet, and Homer goes hey, you know what? Put that next to your unicycle and your magic kit, and let's just go watch TV.
You did better than Fowler and I when Fowler wanted to start a Smallville rewatch podcast.
Yeah, and as someone who has started many creative endeavors and just let them go by the wayside, I mean, I don't know how many long nights I had when I with my fellow video game testers talking about, we're going to make the ultimate game that's going to be the best thing ever, and then it's just a fun night of pitching bullshit, and it doesn't really go anywhere.
See, I don't even think it was the podcast itself. I think it was Fowler trying to watch Smallville after it had been out for 18, 19 years and not realizing how dated it was.
Oh, I see. So it was a problem with the content, not with the actual podcast itself.
If you didn't watch Smallville when it aired and you try to jump into the series now, you're gonna come across a whole bunch of stuff, and also a lot of the early season CGI does not hold up. I will gladly watch it because I grew up watching it, but I wouldn't recommend it to somebody to watch now.
I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind dated special effects depending on, if it's something I enjoy and the story is good. But it can take away from it.
The Fortress of Solitude looks like cardboard, and you can clearly see like cardboard.
But it's like that Monty Python bit where it's Camelot, it's only a model. Shut up.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing well. I rewatched Avengers: Infinity War, and once again, I still think Thanos has a point. He might go about it a little rough, but fair and balanced as everything should be. I love it.
This podcast does not condone genocide. I'm just throwing that out there.
And I still really wonder, the ramifications of the snap. How many people, when the snap comes back, are just falling in the sky because the airplane that they were in is no longer existing.
That touched on that in game and other Marvel shows. There are people who died, who came back.
Correct.
Who came back from the snap and were in the air and shit like that. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. There's people who, I think Mary Jane said that, not Mary Jane, what's her name from
Monica Rambeau.
Spider-Man's aunt.
Aunt May.
No, it's Aunt May. Yeah.
I said Mary Jane. Aunt May came back from the snap and she was in somebody else's apartment.
Yeah. And they also showed that with Monica Rambeau's character, I believe. She came back in a hospital because her mom was in the hospital with cancer or something of that nature. And she literally reappeared in the waiting chair that she was sitting in before. And the place was going nuts because all of a sudden this hospital had all these people reappear just out of nowhere. So the chaos for that is pretty
Also, I
interesting.
want to point out they have never physically stated that anybody who was in the air when they died in the snap reappeared in the air. That has never been stated. Y'all are just making that up.
It's a fact, though. It's common. It's a common thing. If you're reappearing back where you were once at, and you were in the air, you're
Right.
gonna go back in the air, so you're dead.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
no matter
you can even get even more scientific with this too, because the Earth continues to rotate. So, like, if time travel was a thing, you actually got to come back to the same day and like as you are when you're time traveling. You can't go to December because then if you're time traveling in one spot, the Earth is already rotated in a different part of the sun, and you're
That
just gonna
is
be
not how the MCU established that time travel works. Just saying.
an interesting thing I think will be interesting is what happens if you have to come back in the same place as someone else. Like if you're laying in the bed in the one exact same spot, somebody else morphs back, and do y'all fuse together?
I don't think that sounds a little weird, but you just pop on top of each other and you get a throuple.
I mean, they did show Yelena returning in Black Widow.
Okay, yeah, it's just I just enjoy.
Sorry, not Black Widow. They show Yelena returning from the snap in Hawkeye.
Yeah, I mean, they touch about in the MCU a little bit of like the 5 years past and how there's a big difference between people who are gone and people who remain. But my mind goes into all sorts of crazy directions as we see, and it was fun. I still enjoy the MCU. And speaking of Disney Plus, though, I am not thrilled that the Acolyte was canceled. I was bummed by that, especially with the setup that they did in the last episode of this first season. Boo, boo, boo.
I'm just sorry. We threw out all of Legends canon, and then we bring back one very specific part of Legends canon. Boom, show canceled. Like,
which part is that?
Acolyte spoilers, heavy spoilers. Darth Plagueis.
Wow. Oh, Plagueis. Okay, sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you're talking about because I know people are getting in a hubbub over the lightsaber change, even though as someone who reads the Darth Vader comics,
how else would you show a bleeding a kyber crystal on like live action? I don't know how else you would show that.
I talked to both people online and in real life who really were bugged by that, and I was like, "You should read these Darth Vader comics," but because Emperor Palpatine goes into like how you may bleed a cyber crystal, whatever the crystal's called.
Like we've only seen a crystal bled a couple of times, and twice in a video game.
Yeah. So I do think there is a disconnect between some of the more casual Star Wars fans who are only watching the shows and movies versus people who dive into the video games and comic books. But it was still just kind of a bummer because I thought they were doing something a little different, talking about a different era within the Star Wars universe. And I wanted them to get a second season. I don't know if it should have gone on beyond that, but they were setting up so many interesting threads, especially with that last episode. It was just all set up with very, very little action and payoff for the current plot. And I think it's a bummer that one, they're not getting a second season or even an opportunity to do 2 or 3 episodes just to kind of wrap up whatever they were planning, and maybe it'll be rushed. But c'est la vie. I'm not the king of Disney. Oh boy. And it is what it is.
Yeah. Sucks, but what can you do?
Yeah. Haley, what have you been watching? You through the CW again?
I am on season 4 of The Flash, season 6 of Arrow, season 3 of Supergirl, season 3 of Legends. I am just about up to the Crisis on Earth X crossover. I'm a couple episodes away in each show from being able to watch the Crisis on Earth X crossover. That's what I've been watching.
So do you have like an elaborate system of TVs like Mr. Burns does, or that guy from The Watchmen, where you're watching all these seasons at the same time, or is it just one after another on one screen?
I pick a show, watch it until it's like the episode before the crossover. Done.
Stop it. Go.
The show, do it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Excellent.
Because they all tie into each other. Like some shows do it more than once a season. Like for example, season 2 of Supergirl tied over with The Flash like 3 times because they had Music Meister involved. That crossover.
Okay.
It's the worst rated episode.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. And the only reason it happened is because Darren Criss played Music Meister.
And it's a musical like episode, I'm assuming, based off the character, right? Because he showed up in I haven't seen the CW shows as much as you have, but I've seen Batman Brave and the Bold, and he shows up in that episode, and it's very musical.
Oh yeah, no. So for anyone who's unaware, Melissa Benoist, who plays Supergirl, and Grant Gustin, who plays Barry Allen, both starred in Glee.
Oh, okay.
So they chose Darren Criss, who also starred in Glee, to play Music Meister, and it was a musical episode crossover, and it was no, not good.
That's fine.
I really like the Crisis on Earth X crossover, but I have to quote Doofenshmirtz. If I had a nickel for every time they threw a Jewish character in a gas chamber or concentration camp, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that they did it twice in the Arrowverse. Also, I'd like to point out they did it to the same character twice.
Is that character have it coming, or
that character is Felicity Smokes? So no.
No. Okay. All right. Well, mean people.
That's so like season 4 of Arrow. She gets thrown in a gas chamber. All great. It's like 5 minutes, but like she gets thrown in a gas chamber with the rest of Oliver's friends and family.
Yeah.
And then in the Crisis on Earth X crossover, which for anyone who's not aware of what that means, Earth X is an Earth in the DC universe where the Nazis won World War II.
Oh yeah. There's always those weird, like, what happens if the Nazis won type of deal in comics, and I know DC really leans into it, I think, more than Marvel does. Overall,
because it's stupid.
It's a really stupid thing. You are not incorrect. However, as part of the crossover, it is not the regular version of Felicity that gets thrown into the camp. It is the Earth X version of Felicity, which, by the way, they went way too in depth into this concentration camp. Just saying.
Okay.
Got the David and everything in there.
Wow. All right. That's strange.
It's something. But that's what I've been watching.
Has anybody played any video games here?
Yes.
A little bit. Not much.
Snurts, you go first.
I'm still playing Streets of Rage 4 and City Skylines. I think I need to stop the Skylines because I'm starting to have really bad dreams of like zoning areas and traffic conditions. and I haven't completed the city yet. There's still plenty of empty map, but I think I'm kind of hitting my limit. I'm also wondering if I'm hitting the limit of the PS5 on this game because it is slowing down the more I'm adding.
Which City Skyline are you playing?
The remastered version where you can do all 8 tiles instead of the allotted 5 that you get on the PS4 version. And they do straight up say that, like, hey, like, you know, this is going to slow things down. The bigger the city gets, the more it's going to be pushing the PlayStation. Like, I get the crashes regularly on the game. And I've been trying to get into Borderlands 3 because my PC bros are trying to find a new crossover game to play, and it's just not really hitting anything for me. I'm a little bored, even though I still have DLC content to go through, even though I'm still leveling up. And I don't know what it is, but I'm just kind of in this lull right now where I haven't really found a new game to pick up and play.
Do yourself a favor. Load up Borderlands 3 on your own. Make a new save file. There's a new feature added. They'll give you a fully leveled character. Doesn't matter which class. Just pick one. You can make it fully leveled when you choose. See if it sticks with you when you're fully leveled and have all your skills decked out.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because a lot of people find that Borderlands doesn't really drag them in until they get to max level character builds. Like, have you played Borderlands like 1, 2 pre-sequel?
No, this is my
just
first.
Jump into 3?
I just jumped into 3.
So you kind of chose what I would consider to be not the best jumping in point, really, because like Borderlands 3 story's ass. It's garbage.
I know. I've completed the story. Like, my character is level 52 or something like that, and I was starting to play the DLC when I gave up the first time around, and that was years ago. And so I'm aware of it, the Handsome Jack thing. Frankly, I didn't give a crap about the story. It's like Diablo 4 for me. It's a looter shooter.
But that's the thing, is Borderlands is great for its story. Also, yes,
really?
I do agree with Smoke. Yeah, Borderlands is like Borderlands 2, fantastic. Like the story will absolutely draw you like right in. It's real good. I also agree with Smoke and Joe, like the Handsome Jackpot DLC for Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I started the Western one with Rose, like the Devil Rider or something to that nature, and it's a very typical Western town type of deal with the sheriff. And I do like the Borderlands style of like the voiceover narrator who, as you're playing, same with when I did the Tiny Tina's Adventures. I didn't play the whole thing, but I went through a little bit of it.
So my question for the Tiny Tina's ones, did you play the one that was a standalone DLC pack or the actual Tiny? Oh, okay. So that's from Borderlands 2.
Correct.
That is not Wonderlands, which is on PS Plus last I checked. Highly recommend Wonderlands if that's more your style, because it's
well, the D&D jokes that were thrown in with it, with the narrator and whatnot, was funny. I mean, they were just kind of making fun of it, like, I don't know, here's a gremlin or something of that nature. It's been a while since I played it, so I'm probably misquoting it here.
I mean, that sounds like the way Tina plays. It's called Bunkers and Badasses for anyone unaware in Borderlands. Like Dungeons and Dragons called Bunkers and Badasses. So,
and that's what encouraged me to try Borderlands 3 because it was really cheap. Like I don't remember how much I spent for it, but it was probably like $20, and I was like, okay, cool. And we'll see. I also think one of the reasons I tried to play is I'm just seeing the marketing everywhere for the Borderlands movie that's currently in theaters, and I think that's one of the reasons I scratched the itch.
Hey, before we continue, Delvin, have you looked at your private message?
Yes.
Y'all
still can't hear me low?
You're still quiet, bud. You're really low.
What about now?
That's better.
Because I'm literally the same sentence I was with Shaq, and I don't know why it keeps happening. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
It's because Nintendo Shaq it's so much more wholesome than us heathens at PlayStation Experience.
It is wholesome. Are we watching the same show?
Yes.
No. I would recommend sticking with it. Like, I love Borderlands, right? But 3's story is garbage. It's like the main story is just not good. The gunplay and everything is a massive improvement over 2.
Yeah, the gunplay's fine.
So is being able to jump and vault over things, which was a huge hindrance because since you've never really played Borderlands 2 except the one-shot D&D adventure, Borderlands 2 for some reason features a lot of fucking jumping puzzles. Which in a game where you can't vault, not great. Just but like Borderlands 2 has the best Borderlands story, I would say.
Okay.
And I say that as someone whose favorite DLC is actually from the first game. My favorite DLC for Borderlands is the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned. It is.
We love our zombie islands. Who do we voodoo?
Who do we voodoo? Yes, it's a very good DLC. But if you're gonna play any of the DLCs for Borderlands 3, I highly recommend Handsome Jackpot and Blood and Tentacles, which is the Lovecraftian one.
Okay. Yeah, I have all of that stuff just ready to go. I thank you for letting me know about the max level, because even if I go back to the Hunter, it might be nice to have maxed out level and I can respec or just kind of start from fresh.
If your original character is 52, you've only got about 14 levels on top of that because the max level is 65. Yeah. But it's a new feature that was added like a week and a half ago. So
interesting. Well, that's encouraging too, because a lot of times for these bigger games, especially something like in the Diablo fashion or these looter shooters, you kind of the initial grind gets old doing it over and over and over again. So it's nice how games are kind of letting you jump ahead if you've already played.
Mm-hmm. It was a new feature they added. You won't start with the best loadout, but there'll be guns at least to your loadout, right? So
I mean, it's gonna just play a little bit. You're gonna get something from an outhouse or a chest or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I've been playing. Haley, you been playing anything?
I have been playing a lot of Diablo 4 again because the new season started.
Cool.
I finished the battle pass and I'm done with Diablo for the season.
Another sorceress?
No, I played Necromancer this season.
Oh, how'd you like that one?
I don't do anything, man. I hit one button and all the things just die. That what?
I mean, that's usually how it was for when I was playing Necromancers on other Diablo games. It would be like raise my army and then Quark's explosions until everything's dead.
Literally, that's what I'm doing. It's just
okay.
I don't know.
Things haven't changed. Cool.
Yeah. So
I like
I played Necromancer for this season because they nerfed Sorcerer again because Blizzard, make up your fucking mind.
They seem to favor a class for any given season. It's been that way for a while. I mean, you know, so they retool things, and then it's the new classes' time in the sun to be the OP.
But the new class isn't even out yet. It's not out until the expansion.
No, I meant as in a new class that is overpowered, not a brand new class overall. Like they seem to kind of rotate. Like for a while, it was the rogue, then the sorceress, and then blah 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 blah. You know, the tiers.
Oh, in Diablo,
change.
no, they've literally favored one class since launch, and that's Barbarian. That's it. That's the one class that's been favored since launch is Barbarian.
No, the rogue was like really buff for a while. I went through that game so quick with the rogue. It was so powerful.
Still powerful, but
Yeah.
Barbarian is more powerful. You can get up to 1,000,000 damage in one attack.
Oh, neat. It's by spinning or jumping?
Both.
Jumping and spinning.
Yes. It is absolutely like broken. I've also been playing some Cyberpunk.
Cool.
I finished Judy. I finished the second to last quest in Judy's personal quest line, which is, hey, help me save this club. And my favorite part of that entire quest is how like one of the people helping you essentially betrays you, and they're like, this is what needs to happen, and I was like, no, you're a fucking idiot. And then they're like,
yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
you forget I have a combat ship too. I'm like, great, cool. Let me just, oh, you're dead. They didn't even initiate combat. I just bopped them in the nose and they were dead instantly.
Yeah, I know that scene you're talking about too, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wreck everybody in this room right now.
But she's standing there all gloating and whatnot, and I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. And literally, if you look at my V, I have flaming gorilla arms. I have a combat ship too. You're dead.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't even catch fire. She just fell over.
Just a little flick on the nose.
Yeah. So essentially now I'm waiting for Judy to call back for me to do the last part of her personal quest. So I just been building up money to get the auto jock achievement, which is like all of the cars.
Oh,
because they patched the exploit I did that was in the game originally that let me do it the first time, which was there was the mission where the painting would crash land.
Okay.
You could sell that painting and buy it back for $1 and then keep selling it and selling it and selling it and selling it. And
that's how you rack up funds so you can buy all the vehicles.
Yeah, because you need like $2 million to buy every car. So
yeah.
No.
I agree, Delvin. That's when I see those kind of stuff, I'm like, I'm good. I just don't care. But I don't even like driving in that game that much. It's okay, but I'd rather run around on foot and double jump and dash and all that other fun stuff.
I did it on the PS4, and then they brought the PS5 version out, but achievements don't transfer, so I have to do it again. It's fine,
that was the same thing with Borderlands 3. I was able to transfer my save from the PS4 version to the PS5, and then I leveled up once, and it's like achievement. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Yes, so the only achievements that transfer for Borderlands are any map locations you've completed and your level. That's it. That's all the transfers. It's weird.
Neat.
No, because I had a fully leveled character when I transferred my save. So guess what didn't transfer?
Oh, is all the level up ones or?
Yep, my location data transferred just fine. Levels, no.
Huh. Yeah, it's weird because I remember getting one as soon as I hit level 51. It was something like, "Oh, you hit level 10 or you hit level 25." I wasn't paying very close attention, but I
Yeah,
did notice a couple achievements kind of fire off as soon as I leveled up.
Yeah, that happens pretty quickly. I've also been playing just other games randomly because I'm kind of waiting for Star Wars Outlaws to launch.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I can't wait.
Which
One of
you can say it.
no,
He's already
I was
posted
saying,
it. So
yeah, no, I know we talked about it on the show. I said one of our PSVG members, Dev, is already playing it, and he'll give his take an opinion on, I think, on this week's episode. So
yes,
be on the lookout for
Wednesday.
that.
I get to play the game Tuesday because I bought the gold edition. So
No, I would not be buying the gold edition.
you've already bought it, sir.
Yeah, I bought the regular edition. Absolutely not.
You gotta wait till Friday then.
I'll be fine.
I think he'll
I don't have time
manage.
to play video games now.
He's gonna have podcasts like 3 or 4 more times today anyway, as it is.
Like,
He's so busy.
I keep trying to get off podcasts, and people keep trying to bring me back on podcasts.
Which podcast are you trying to get off of?
Every podcast.
Even his own.
I have things I have to do.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to the review from Dev and from Haley and Delvin whenever you get around to it too, because I think I am in for this game. I am just wondering if I want to spend full price or wait for a price drop. Odds are, because I am just kind of looking for a game. I'm very much into Ether right now, trying to find something that sticks. It may be the one that I just decided to make the plunge for because I love Star Wars. I like Ubisoft. So maybe it's worth getting in on the action.
I mean, there's also Astro, which is out next week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
It's gonna be cool, but I'm not there day one on Astro. That's again, like I think next year or 2 years from now, it'll be free on the PSN, and I'll be like, oh, look at this.
Donnie is gonna fire you.
Donnie's gonna come in here and just hide Snurts from view.
Yeah. I get why people like Astro, but it's platformers are not my
Astro is so good.
And if they're gonna have more of those motion controls too, no thanks, I'm good.
But Astro, dude, it's so good. It's such a fun time.
And in 2 years, when it's free on the PSN, I'll be ready to take the plunge.
I will literally stop you from claiming it. You diabolical son of a gun.
Haley's gonna find a way to LA and sabotage my PS5.
if you are not into Astro, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is the week after, or Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster the week after that.
There's a lot coming out. It's very busy release schedule coming up here. Also, I need to find Wukong trailer or demo somewhere. I want to play it before I buy it, but I am very curious about that game too.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool on that one.
Yeah, that one can.
But I've learned from experience and watching Haley over the years, if you want someone to play a game, all you have to do is just say that game's name over and over again, and then they will play it. Like, but Snarts is Stro. Assassin's Creed Snarts.
I will say this podcast has more hype for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Is that the one coming?
Yes, that is comes out the gold edition is available to play 3 days after my birthday. So.
Why you keep telling us this? We're not playing the gold edition.
But I am, and you know it.
Oh, I did?
I love that.
I bought it. God damn
what?
You said who bought it?
No, I haven't bought it yet, but I am playing the Ultimate Edition because it's my birthday gift to myself.
Well, that's a good birthday gift.
Yeah.
$192 later.
Oh my!
What?
What the?
Dick. Ain't no way I'm paying $200 for that. Oh.
The Ultimate Edition is
way too much.
$169.99 plus tax. So yes, that comes to $192.
For $192, you better give me a motherfucking assassin with this game. I'm not getting one free kill of anyone I want. No.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. I do love the video that was shared on the Discord of the
Oh yeah, when I
samurai
posted,
in the full armor.
yeah,
I felt
Yasuke
so
tried to jump
I
off the
felt
roof.
seen.
Yeah,
I felt so seen. Like, Snurts, we need you to get down from this roof. Flop.
You'll appreciate this, Haley. I was watching the wrestling pay-per-view just a second ago.
Oh, I saw that.
You know
I saw it on Reddit, but I didn't obviously I didn't watch it, right? But like he came out to Assassin's Creed music.
It came out to Ezio introduced him, like a voiceover introduced him. He came out in an Assassin's Creed outfit, and he had like these cool like break dances, I guess, from kind of like doing the background. It was pretty cool. I guess he for the match was sponsored by Assassin's Creed because he's a big Assassin's Creed fan. And he came out, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's Will Ospreay, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Came out in the Assassin's Creed garb. It was really cool.
I mean, that seems perfect if he was like on the ropes or something, doing like the dive, right, with the blade. Like, I don't know. My imagination goes wild. It seems like a fitting pair, wrestling in Assassin's Creed.
Well, his finishing move is the hidden blade.
Oh,
That's
cool.
what his finishing move is called, a hidden blade. And he has the little scarf. He looks like Ezio a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
You probably can find it on YouTube everywhere. Just check it out, Will Ospreay. You'll see this.
Yeah, I saw an article about this on the Assassin's, like it was pinned to the top of the Assassin's Creed subreddit. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. What you been playing, Delvin?
I've been playing. Well, I've been playing Dustborn, which I talked about on PSVG, and I talked about it on Shaq. I think you like this game a lot, Haley.
I've really cool. Seen some people tweeting about it this week. It's a Steam game, isn't it?
It's on PS5 too. It's essentially a very inclusive Telltale game.
Okay.
I love it. It's great. It's you have these characters who are in this car. They're going somewhere. They're on an adventure because the society has deemed them inappropriate for their side. Each one of them have like special powers and stuff like that, like with their voice and their wordplay. And it's really cool because it's like they're gender neutral characters and things like that. It's a really cool aesthetic to it. I really like it.
Nice.
I was surprised that it's published by Quantic Dream. They didn't make the game though.
Yeah, clearly, because again, Quantic Dream, the studio run by fucking David Cage, who says all the women in our games are whores, and we don't make games for. I'm not saying the slur, even though technically I could, but yeah.
Wow.
Whoa! Oh wait, Snurts, your reaction? Did you not know any of this?
No, I don't. You know me. I stick my head in the sand until PSVG or PlayStation Experience, and then I learn the news.
So David Cage was taken to court. I think it was like over a year now at this point. Some of the shit this man. Oh, it's probably older than that. But like, he was in a courtroom before any of the comments I just said. He straight up asked the judge, "Can I lie under oath?"
Oh, this sounds familiar. That part sounds familiar. Can I lie?
He asked the judge, "Can I lie under oath?" Then said, "We don't make games for F-slur."
Right.
Said all of the women in our games are whores.
Okay, this is actually starting to sound familiar now. I don't think I remember definitely the judge part because that's just stuck in my head. I think I just got maybe I didn't remember the other slurs and whores. So my bad. But yeah. And also like it always seems like every other week or there's a new controversy in this industry.
Oh, I mean, yes,
like
but
this. Oh my God.
Casual reminder, this news story came out, and then 2 weeks later, Disney gave him the Star Wars license.
To clarify, this the original lawsuit was in 2018.
Yeah, okay, so over 6 years now.
Yes. And the appeal was Quantic Dream 1 was in 2021.
Okay.
So they won the appeal, and he was like, and he made a statement saying that, I'll read his statement. I don't know if I believe it or not, but I think I should read a statement. It was later alleged that Cage said that all female characters in his games were whores and that Quantic Dream didn't make games for slur. Cage denied these allegations by saying, I never said or even thought such things. I fully understand people were shocked by seeing those words, and I'm deeply sorry for the pain and confusion they have caused to the women in the LGBTQIA community. These quotes are abhorrent and do not reflect my views or the views of anyone at Quantic Dream. Representatives of the community employees at work defended Cage, stating that he's deeply hurtful, stating that deeply hurtful and misleading perceptions do not reflect their everyday lives at work. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry, I know this wasn't in our news, but I'm gonna point out that's a load of steaming bullshit coming from the man who, against his will, had nude renders of pre-transition Elliot Page in the game files of Beyond Two Souls that people later data mined and stole. I do not believe this man.
Happened. That actually did happen. That was a real thing.
That is a real thing that happened. I do not believe this man.
So you're going with they're sorry they got caught apology.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also different. Because I want to point out the original article, which contained the all of the women in our games are whores comment and the other stuff, was written in French. So you know, it was from the actual courtroom where they were in court. So yeah. Wild stuff. David Cage is a wild individual. I would call him more wild than Peter Molyneux, who somehow returned.
Yeah. Far worse games.
Okay, hold on. On the Peter Molyneux thing, did you guys see that he's not certain that he can use the name that he's using for his game?
Oh my God.
This is the guy who did Fable, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Peter Molyneux was the guy who overpromised features on.
Oh, I remember. I remember that original hype. It was like, you're going to have a single blade of grass that you cut when you're a child, and you'll notice that section of the grass is lower when you grow up to being an adult. And then I start playing Fable on the original Xbox. I'm like, this is one of the more ambitious RPGs I've ever played, but it is nowhere close to what the hell you were promising. It was a lot of fun. I love the original Fable. I still will dive into it every once in a while when I'm feeling like going through those weird level of detailed bugs and other issues that they had. But I love the Cockney British parts and the whole like weird, like you can eat baby chicks to become evil.
Fable is a wild game, but my favorite part is like he revealed his new game, which is like Albion something. And someone was like, are you sure that you can legally use that? And he went, I mean, I assume I can legally use it.
Like, wow. That's what everybody wants to hear when you're like the head of something. Is that I'm just assuming this. Look, just because I used Mickey Mouse's image doesn't mean I'll get in trouble, right? That's cool.
he essentially was like, I mean, I assume I was in courtrooms with lawyers and whatnot working with this. And I'm just like, this sounds like something you would say if you hadn't done that.
This is a problem for business affairs.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh boy. Goddamn Simpsons character.
He actually could be. He could be like the local game developer in The Simpsons, and everybody is just sick of him overpromising and under-delivering. You know, Bart Milhouse kind of rolls his eyes at him. He's like, oh, this guy again.
Yeah. You play anything else there?
This Dustborn though looks pretty cool. I'm looking at their website right now, and I like this like weird wrinkly Kennedy guy who apparently I'm assuming is the evil politician. And I like how the cast looks. It looks like a very eclectic group of characters.
I'm sorry, wait, do they have a wrinkly old guy named Kennedy as the
politician? It just reminds me of Kennedy, maybe because the guy was in the news recently, the junior, right? But he has like he's just looks like a wrinkly politician, and he has the little pin with the scales of justice and the sword.
Snurt's just walking right past the did he
I missed it.
Kill
Sorry.
A bear comment? No.
Oh yeah.
Did he kill a bear?
He killed a bear.
And leave it in Central Park?
Sorry, I'm still having a little hard time hearing Delvin's, but yeah, no, that bear is wild story. What like just the logistics of everything. Like, oh, I forgot I got a steak dinner to go to. Let's just leave the bear in the car. What?
Did you not see the one that came out this weekend?
Which one?
About his daughter with Ben Affleck about a whale carcass?
Oh, okay. So I knew
What?
about Ben Affleck going to Kennedy after being done with J-Lo, but I did not hear about the whale carcass.
Oh, yeah. She was like, yeah, at one point we like rubber banded this whale carcass head like back up, and I'm like, what are we?
What?
Why?
Oh,
So
hold
why
on,
are the
hold on,
Kennedys?
I will.
I'm sorry, the Kennedys are like royalty in this country, and I don't know why they are, but they are. And it kind of cracks me up that somebody who is in the upper echelons of our society is eating roadkill and like whale wash-ups like on a regular basis. Like I don't see like a whale beached and being like, wow, that's gonna be dinner for the next month.
Yeah, here to read this
We call
article.
people like that in my community crackheads.
Yeah,
Forget
exactly.
brain-
Yeah.
For-
I mean, they used to be
forget-
very bad jokes about like really shitty restaurants, like pulling off venison roadkill, right? To get you your burger or whatever. But
Yeah.
this is a whole new level.
Yeah. Okay. So this article came out this weekend. Forget brainworms, Central Park bears, and barbecued dog carcasses.
Oh, I
It's
forgot
time
about
to
that.
talk about the whale. Profiled by Town and Country for the magazine's Christmas 2012 issue, Kit Kennedy shared a bizarre anecdote about what the writer characterized as her father's extreme environmentalism. Around 1994, Kennedy caught wind that a dead whale had washed up on a beach in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, and rushed out to the scene with a chainsaw and 6-year-old Kit in tow. He cut the whale's head off, secured it to the roof of his minivan with bungee cords, and made the 5-hour drive back to the family's home in New York.
I need that whale head. Yeah.
Also, it gets worse because she goes, every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was
Whale
the
juice.
rankest thing on the planet.
Whale juice. That's corpse juice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whale juice. Oh my god.
She also said we all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just normal day-to-day stuff for us. What the fuck is up with this family?
A ski mask would be more appropriate than a plastic bag with holes cut out in it. That's some ghetto ass shit.
I love that this surfaced after Ben Affleck getting divorced from J-Lo.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I have never said this more serious in my life. So let's get to the goddamn.
We had, I don't know, do you want to kick it off with the Dragon Age, Haley?
I will take the first one because I'm the one that posted about it. Or at least I put it in the doc. So moving on. Dragon Age has been ramping up their media presence lately because they finally announced a release date of Halloween. And to lead up to that, they're releasing an audio drama featuring the companions you will travel with in Dragon Age the Veilguard, starting this Thursday. And they will release weekly.
Nice.
So it'll be like a dramatized audio podcast featuring the companions, and it'll release weekly up until I think the middle of October. So it's pretty interesting. They also this week released high-level combat footage.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, they released 10 minutes total, and it looks like Dragon Age. It's very like combo heavy. Like, so the difference with Veilguard is you are not actually physically controlling your companions this time around. It'll be more like Mass Effect's like give commands system. Which, Delvin, I think you've played Mass Effect, right? You cut out.
Yeah, he's played a ton of Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 is one of his favorite games.
I know.
That's true.
I'm double checking, but so like Mass Effect system of like you tell which companion to like combo an ability with you or whatnot. Like that's how you're gonna control your companions in Veilguard.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Kind of, yeah. So looks pretty good. They showed off Wario combat for this video, and then we saw a slight bit of Mage gameplay when they released the RTX On trailer, which looks pretty decent. So
I think this is a great idea. I remember was it 2018 God of War? I hope I got that date right. They did a partnership with Myths and Legends podcast, and they also did like the tales, like kind of a gap between the events of God of War 3 to the beginning of the new launch in the new land. And as a fan of podcasts, I think this is going to be neat, and I like our audio drama stuff. So maybe this will get me really back into Dragon Age, because I was a big fan of the first two games. Totally fell off with Inquisition, but I'm still keeping my eye on this, and I was looking at all the pretty combat with all the pretty colors, and it looks enticing. It looks like my kind of adventure.
Stacked voice cast too, which
very much so. And I've been itching for like a BioWare RPG. Like I didn't realize I was, but it's been a while since we've had something from them.
Yeah, it's
a long time.
I'm very, very glad that they were able to make their release date stick this year. So essentially, for anyone unaware who doesn't know like what the cast entails, so they've got Alex Jordan, which for anyone who is unfamiliar, is the voice of Mr. Hands from Cyberpunk. If you've played Baldur's Gate 3, he also makes a lot of the sex noises in that game, like literally to the point that when he was announced for the voice cast of Dragon Age, most of the articles were like Baldur's Gate 3 sex specialist cast in Dragon Age the Veilguard. Like that. Right. Yes.
That's the kind of title Delvin can get behind. Sex specialist.
Damn right.
Yes. It also includes Erika Ishii, who I believe Josh is definitely familiar with from Dropout. She's been in other things, but Dropout is where I know her most frequently. Matt Mercer, a big like stacked cast, basically. Like it goes.
Mercer, Critical Role.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows Matt Mercer does Critical Role. You could be living under a rock and still know that Matt Mercer does a D&D podcast. So Matt Mercer is actually not like one of your companions. He's one of your companions' companions. He's playing a little skeleton dude.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a bunch coming up of the cast there. And Claudia Black is back as Morgan as well.
Sweet.
So,
yeah, I think that's a great way to get the hype train going and to keep it into the current conversation, because with all the games coming out, you need something that's going to make you stand out besides name recognition.
Yes.
I want to check it out. I'll check it out. I'll definitely check out the podcast, see if it's good. I like audio dramas, so I'm down.
Yeah.
Yes, of course you like audio dramas, John Stewart.
I'm in multiple ones, so I have to say.
I know. I'm just
it's actual characters too, not just like some dwarf giving a quest with 2 lines.
All right. What's the next story, Snurts?
Well, did any of you watch Gamescom? Because I sure didn't.
We have live.
I did.
Oh, good for you, Haley.
No, I watched it live. I watched Gamescom live.
So
to be fair, I watched Kind of Funny reacting to Gamescom live.
Like I said,
there you go.
2 of us has live. The other one is Haley.
Yeah, I did not watch it at all.
It's
I read a
slow
couple
season
articles.
at work. What do you want from me? I barely have any shifts this month. Okay, I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm off until September 5th. What do you want from me?
So you're our PSXP gumshoe on the ground. What did you think of Gamescom?
I got some very good reveals out of it, but I mean, I'd give it a 7. It's better than TGA was for sure.
Okay. It was nice to see Borderlands 4 coming out. I thought that was neat, but it didn't really like do anything besides show a very pretty trailer.
Actually, it did.
Oh,
but
it
there's more in that trailer than you think there is, but it required people actually like delving into the trailer and like breaking it down frame by frame.
Oh, I see.
So
Exactly.
essentially, like, there's hints that it's kind of going to do a multiverse type thing, but also there's a hidden message in the trailer that's like, he is watching, he is waiting. There's some Meridian script, which kind of leads to something that was teased at the end of Borderlands, the pre-sequel. So we'll see where it's going, but there's definitely more in that trailer than just a bandit mask falling from the sky.
Well, I did think it was very pretty with the planet and the space stuff, and it kind of breaking through whatever that crystal thing was. I was pretty. I was like, that's really looking nice. I also got excited that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming to PlayStation in early 2025.
Yep.
That game doesn't look good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like how that game looks.
It's Indiana Jones, so I am very curious just based off of the IP, but I am. It's a Bethesda game. Like, but sometimes they're like really great, and other times they're buggy.
It's made by one of my favorite developers that Bethesda has. Like, it's made by Machine Games, who did the excellent Wolfenstein games. This game
that's right.
Doesn't look good.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. What about you, Delvin? I know you're an Indiana Jones fan. Are you still excited, or?
I'm definitely excited for it. I think so. I think it'll be fine. It'll be pretty good. I think they've done enough to kind of like convince me that it's gonna be okay. I feel like this early look, you can't really judge it off of these looks of it. I'm excited for it. I do feel like people need to chill out because it's like people are upset that it's coming to PS5 and stuff like that. But I'm kind of feeling like,
okay, again, this is on Microsoft, not just pulling the Band-Aid off. They're doing this like, let's have our cake and eat it too situation. And that's just drip feeding, like, hey, this game's coming here, this game's coming here. Just rip the Band-Aid off, and all the people freaking out will stop freaking out.
Until they find something new.
Xbox been kind of telling us for a while, we want to be third party.
Yeah.
It's not a secret at this point. So it's just
no. So everyone freaking out over Indiana Jones being like coming to PlayStation. Okay. I don't know why you're freaking out. Like, Xbox has explicitly said this is happening.
Yeah.
And frankly speaking, I think if it was just only an Xbox exclusive, we probably wouldn't get a sequel to this. Like, it probably would fail.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, if it's on all platforms, odds are sales will be higher, which will encourage a sequel down the line if it's good.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Looking at the other stuff, it's the usual, like, Marvel's Rivals and Street Fighter 6, I guess, is getting a new character. Nothing. Hey, really...
man, we got that Dying Light trailer. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Standalone game, right?
What, Dying Light?
Yeah, standalone game in the series, Dying Light the Beast.
Yes, so this originally was going to be DLC 2 for Dying Light 2. Its scope has evolved past that, so it's now a standalone game. And for anyone wondering where in the timeline it sits, this game actually starts right after the events of Dying Light 2.
Nice.
So,
Goat Simulator is getting remastered. Who cares?
Can we put Goat Simulator into a fucking vault and then throw that vault into a volcano? I'm so tired of it.
Yes, and then they'll find that vault in Borderlands 4. Heyo.
That fucking trailer, though. All of the people going, what the fuck is this trailer? I'm like, well, hey, this trailer is like doing the Arkham Asylum reveal trailer thing. But instead of it being Arkham Asylum, it's just a bunch of remaster jokes.
There you go.
Like it.
Yeah, all right. Well, anything else from Gamescom that y'all want to talk about?
I mean, Mafia of the Old Country is an interesting one as well.
Oh, I heard recently too that there'll be a Sicilian dub for that.
Yes, so that was revealed because the Steam description does not list Italian as a voiceover option, but the devs were like, well, yeah, we're committed to being like accurate and whatnot, so there will be a Sicilian dub on Twitter. Like they posted on Twitter about that. But people looking at the Steam description for a game that just got revealed, what do you want, man? Like, not all the information is there. I don't know what you want.
Go outside, touch grass. Stop concerning yourself with this.
Oh, another fun thing that came out of this is Randy Pitchford's comments came back to bite him in the ass.
Who?
Do you not know who
Good
Randy
job,
Pitchford is?
He
No.
played for the
Oh, okay. So he's like a head guy at Gearbox Studios, the studio that does Borderlands.
Yeah, I know Gearbox.
And when Borderlands 3 came out, he prophesied that 10 years from then, Steam would be a dying service. And he said these comments the same day that Borderlands 3's Epic Store exclusivity deal got announced. And essentially it was a big hullabaloo, right?
Okay.
And so when Borderlands 4 was announced, Steam is actually in the like trailer thing. So so his comments came back to bite him in the ass. On top of him being a wildly like overreacting idiot on Twitter this week.
Okay.
Because people were criticizing the Borderlands movie and he couldn't take it.
You know, something I didn't see on games. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Devlin.
So why you couldn't take it? And also, what do you expect? He had Kevin Hart play one of the main characters.
Yeah.
Well, and Jack Black is Claptrap for some reason. Like what?
So why he couldn't take it? Because I guess he's just not a fan of people criticizing the way that movie went. But like, dude, that movie is so bad. There's a literal scene in the movie where you can see one of the crew members opening a hatch for like the actors. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Now I want to watch this.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm just waiting for a streaming service. I'm gonna watch it for sure.
To be on a streaming service. I did not spend money on this, but this clip got posted online.
Yeah.
There's a literal scene where they're about to go down like a sewer hole, and you can see the crew member opening the lid from the backside of the thing for one of the actors to go down the hole. It's so bad. It's so bad, dude.
Now I have something to look forward to when watching it.
It's what a wild movie, but also like the lore changes that they made for this movie are fucking weird.
Yeah, I watched a couple of film reviews of it on the YouTube, and the whole like delays of production. Kevin Hart playing a straight man. It PG-13 when it probably should be rated R.
Here's my favorite part about it being PG-13. It was filmed as a rated R movie, and the studio cut it down.
Even worse.
Yes. Yeah. So Borderlands PG-13. Nope. Throw it in the garbage immediately.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But no. So he essentially. Yeah.
Before you move on, the Claptrap, what is it? Popcorn box is cool as shit.
Oh,
okay, that could be cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Snurts, I want you to look this up right now.
No,
I
think he has it. He must have gone seen a good movie, but still got the popcorn bucket.
Probably. This seems like a Delvin thing to do. He tried to get me the Batman popcorn box, but
the Batman with the light, the bat signal.
No, it was actually the bat cowl.
Oh, okay. That looks cool. That does look cool.
Yeah, that's.
This moves. A lot of the pieces on it move. This is a fucking box to put popcorn in. It's so fucking cool.
I was gonna say that looks like a legit toy, or yeah, man, I could stash my weed in there.
Yeah, you could.
Claptrap, where you at? I need you.
Yeah. So also, a lot of the cast didn't film with each other, so the movie feels disjointed as hell. But
you can see like there's a lot of shots with the back of their head. And so it's like an extra or the stunt double or somebody. Like it's obviously not the actor.
But you asked why Randy couldn't take it. Well, people were giving legitimate criticisms of the film on Twitter, including really big Borderlands content creators. Randy was blocking them all because they were giving legitimate criticism. He just couldn't take it. And then he went and attacked Paul Tassi at Forbes and essentially called the guy a dick for just doing his job.
Yeah. It's also not just it's not like it's one or two people saying this movie is bad. It's pretty universal. I have yet to see anybody give a positive review or say
I have seen some positive reviews in a place that I expected to see positive reviews. Delvin, do you want to take a guess where I saw these?
the Borderland Discord.
No, I stay out of there. That place is a cesspool. I'm in there
it is.
for the gold key notifications, and that's it. Delvin, do you want to guess where do you want to see where I got? Do you want to take a guess where I got the positive reviews for the Borderlands movie from?
Yes, Pornhub.
No. The Married to the Games Discord has a bunch of positive reviews of that movie.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Delvin, do you have $1,000?
I might need $1,000.
Because I mean, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, everybody. I think we should start charging our fans money so we can afford this glorious new 8 terabyte solid state hard drive. What the hell is this? $1,000. That is ridiculous. You can get 2 4 terabyte ones for $350 each. I don't understand. This baffles me, and that's all I really have to say about this. I'm like, too big, too expensive.
You have me curious now because I don't think a 4 terabyte external SSD here is $350.
That's what is quoted in the article. They say from
yes,
Western
I know,
Digital,
but I'm curious
the 1 terabyte for $150, 2 terabyte for $230, 4 terabyte for $350. Oh, you're doing your crazy Canadian conversions. So it's probably like $600. I don't know.
It is $499 for a 4 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
SSD here.
I personally went for the
that
2
is the
terabyte
same price
upgrade.
I paid for. That's the same price I paid for the 2 terabyte one that's in my console right now.
Really, 500?
I paid $500 at launch
Wow.
when the SSDs. Yeah, well, not so. Delvin knows this. Amazon will give you payment plans, but like you can split it over payments. So I didn't pay for it all at once, but like
right,
that is correct.
Yeah, I like it was $500 total over like 5 payments. So
that's still a lot. I'm pretty sure mine was like under $250 for sure.
For but when did you get your PS5?
When Ragnarok came out, because I got the bundle.
Okay, so I got my SSD like as soon as they put the patch out for the SSD.
Gotcha.
So that's why it was $500.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I looked at the 2 terabyte one right now.
But you know, I've come since the PS4. I'm used to upgrading the hard drive space. It's always needed. They never give you enough space upon launch or for the console basics. But I did think that this 8 terabyte was ridiculous. You all buy way more games than I do. Do you imagine filling an 8 terabyte hard drive? Is that enticing?
He can. I know he can.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
But I still don't want him to fucking do it. Don't spend $1,000 on this. That's not worth it. Don't do that.
I don't know, Haley. It's tempting.
Don't do it. Anyways,
you got Christmas coming up, man. You got to, tell the friends and family. This is what I want. This is what I desire.
Don't do it. The 2 terabyte that I bought at launch, when the patch went out, is now $160 Canadian. So
yeah, see,
that's much more reasonable. But yeah, I totally understand when it's all big and brand new, everything's a little bit more expensive. But
it's also because the price of like solid state drives has come steadily down. So
yes. Yeah, I mean, I remember asking questions when I was just a fan of PSVG or PlayStation Experience, and the main reason given why we don't have bigger hard drives is just the cost, and that does make sense.
$1,000 for an 8 terabyte SSD though is crazy.
Absolutely not. That sounds fucking insane.
When it's more than the cost of the console itself, and this includes multiple controllers. You can get like 4 controllers, the console, maybe some plates, several games, right? Like it's wild. The sticker price really shocked me.
I'm gonna need a sugar mama. That's all it says to me.
Yeah, you can do it, man. I have faith in you. Hit the mean streets of Miami. Find that sugar mama.
Yeah. Find me a sugar mama. Look here. I need this 8 terabyte hard drive, baby.
And if she
What I
says
do-
yes, that means you found a winner.
Yeah, there you go. That's how it has to be.
If she says, "What the fuck are you smoking?" Well, that's a common
Right.
response.
Yeah. What is a hard drive? I'll show you what a hard drive is, babe.
Oh,
Yeah, giggity 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 goo.
I did not realize Quagmire was a member on this podcast.
hey, Peter. You ever heard of this
Hello.
thing called the internet? Giggity.
Hello, 911. Yeah, it's stuck in a window this time.
I still love it when he discovers internet porn for the first time. And they're like, Quagmire, we haven't seen you in a while. And like he's all disheveled in his like bathrobe, and like his left arm or his right arm is just jacked.
Yeah? I have no idea what you're talking about. I think the episode where he's like, yeah, hello, 911, it's stuck in a window is the last time I can cognitively remember anything from Family Guy. I'm just going to point that out. I know that's very early Family Guy. Like that
I think that's the first 3 seasons. It's definitely because I remember seeing that one.
I remember the Y2K episode as well, but like...
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I remember watching the DVDs on heavy rotation, but anyway, so Black Myth Wukong is now the fastest selling games ever with 10 million and counting. Released on August 20th, had a massive debut, selling 10 million copies between launch and August 23rd, and the Metacritic score is currently at 81. So a lot of hype for Wukong, in addition to the controversy as well.
You mean? Also, controversy. You mean the factual reporting done by IGN about the developers' terrible comments?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that a controversy. I would call that factual reporting.
Which is it's still a controversy.
It's only a controversy to the same people that we've discussed several times on this podcast.
Yes.
I'm talking about the people who harass me in my emails.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is behind this game.
The Chinese.
Like, yeah, that's my assumption. It's 2 billion of them.
It's mostly Chinese people and I don't mean that as a dig. Like, it's literally like China's very first like big AAA game, and they're buying it in droves. Like, that's
I had no interest in this game. I'm like, this looks kind of mid, like. And it seems like this game is just like selling like hotcakes. People are like going all over the moon over it. I'm like, where's this game coming from?
So, Delvin, do you know what this game is, or should I like delve into that?
Well, the game is itself in terms of what the plot, or the people who are using the game as some type of.
Oh no, I mean the plot. You know what the idiots are fucking doing with the game.
Yeah, because Donnie talked about it on PSVG. So tell me what the plot of this game is.
It's a retelling of Journey to the West, which
is a Chinese mythos.
Chinese mythos, yes. However, it's not a very good retelling because they've completely changed the character of like Sun Wukong. Right. Like he's completely different in this game than he is in the actual mythos. But the idiots are.
Game, by the way?
Pardon?
Yes. It's a Souls-like game.
It's a Souls-like game.
It is not a Souls-like game. That is.
They say it's not a Souls-like game. They have a lot of Souls-like features.
No, it is a hard game, but it is not a Souls-like game. It is an action game. It's very heavily just a boss rush action game. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Boss rush action game is very accurate. But I was thinking the similarities are like you can go to campsites that refill your health potions and whatnot and respawn all the enemies. So there are certain elements there. But
but those were a thing in action games before Souls. Like this game doesn't have like souls or anything like that. So
okay, so that's the distinction there. Because I read a couple articles where it's like it's kind of like they're towing the line. Right, like between Souls-like and action and whatnot. But I also I love the mythology of Journey to the West. The Myths and Legends podcast, I'll mention them again because they're one of my favorites. But they have monthly stories of Wukong and his team with the monks and whatnot. And it's a wild character with all sorts of powers. You know, any of his little hairs can turn into duplicates of Wukong. his staff, which is I heard is an inspiration for Goku with the whole power pole thing, can go as small as a toothpick and he sticks it in his ear for storage, or get as large as a tree. And it's a very fun Avengers like team up story in the mythos itself. But I heard we don't get that, but there are, for people who do know it, there are hints throughout the game that, you know, that might be the Piggly guy or the dust demon that accompany him, or the weird dragon that's a horse. I don't know if it's all in there because I haven't played it myself. This is just what I've heard through the rumor mill, through coverage of the game.
Yeah, it's a very weird retelling of Journey to the West.
Yeah.
But for the other part of this, people wondering what the idiots are doing, I've seen a bunch of like wild tweets about it, including one who was like, "This is the Ocarina of Time of our generation," and I was like,
"Sorry,
what?
That's no.
What?" That same tweet, by the way, includes the line, "Finally, the adult Souls-like game we were waiting for."
That's also ridiculous. Wasn't that Bloodborne and all the other Souls-like? Aren't they all adult? Isn't that like part of the thing?
Yeah.
Elden Ring doesn't look like it's for kids. What the hell?
Elden Ring features an item that you literally pull blood from a womb. What are you talking about? Like,
not adult-like enough.
Yeah, I guess. You know, sticking your hand into the air and reaching into the proverbial mother's womb to like throw blood everywhere. You know, like
very childlike.
I mean, that's what I showed the listeners.
Okay, Kyle, I don't know if you're listening, but I need that clipped immediately. I need it clipped immediately.
Yeah. I often see my kids sticking their hands in the wombs and pulling out blood.
That must be a Florida thing.
Yeah, common thing kids do. Hey,
I mean,
Timmy, what are you talking about there in the yard? Pulling out a womb? Go ahead, kid.
Make sure you wash your hands afterwards.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it also, you know, this is Florida is the same place where a guy kidnapped 27 people to play Yahtzee with for 36 hours.
Motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, that was wild. I remember that story. What the hell?
The tweet for that popped back up on my timeline earlier this week, so that's why it's stuck in my head. But like
a whole legend.
Yeah.
I also like
Florida
the video.
as well.
That's worse.
I also like the video that Donnie posted about Wukong. I thought that was pretty funny and kind of highlighted all the stuff that's going on with it in the background. And like the press release was wild. I mean, feminist propaganda and COVID. Go fuck yourself, China. We're going to talk about all those things.
Oh, so my favorite part was that came out immediately. People were like, "Hey, this is fake." And then actual influencers came out and were like, "No, I have the actual document."
Yeah, that's just
right here.
And
it's like, what are we fucking doing? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, this is also the government that banned Winnie the Pooh from their internet because the president was getting offended that people were comparing him to the classic Disney character. So, you know, the thin skin of criticism is there with the Chinese government, and I think it did come through with this game, and that's why it's been getting all sorts of random. It's very rare, like in my experience with this game, with just so many different angles to the story. You know, a lot of times, is it a good game? You know, maybe somebody said something stupid who is the developer or whatnot. But this, I find it very interesting because I do like history and world events and politics as well. So I don't know. I'm very curious to see what this is like, and I don't know if I'm ever going to play this game or not. I am very much on the fence because I don't think it's my type of game with the action and the boss.
So, as someone who has platinumed Elden Ring, if you are not into those style of games, you're not going to be into this one. Like
that's what I'm assuming.
It's not hard that in the way that it's a harder game, but it's not hard in the way of Dark Souls. It's just Dark Souls is all about like beating a boss, moving on to the next one. Well, that's what this is. Like basically.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else about this game?
I mean, I'm glad people are having fun with it, but like, man, I don't I don't want to play this game, especially after the developers are like, yeah, we don't want women playing our games. Like,
Yeah, that's not a good selling point. It's half the population. I don't know what the hell they're doing there. Bunch of sexist assholes. Anyway.
There's more than that, but I'm just like the central point of like, hey, we don't want women playing your games. Okay, cool. I'm just not gonna play your game then.
Yeah, message received. Fucking idiots. I don't want people's money.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, a PS Star Points system is changing, but not for the better. I guess instead of you used to be able to 24 months before you had to use your points and they would expire.
Yes.
It's going to be cut down to 12.
As someone who's redeemed a lot of points, like I have $10 worth of credit. Like I haven't redeemed them yet, but like I have enough points for $10 worth of PlayStation credit right now sitting in my account. Yeah, so this is changing starting October 24th, and then the big change comes into effect in March. So October of this year, you'll no longer receive points for like a PlayStation Plus membership, or anything of the sort. And then next year, they receive the notice says that like you will not receive points. Like if you redeem, you have to redeem them within 12 months. Sorry, Delvin's back thing distracted me.
Yeah, so they're just changing things, and I have never used this PS Star Points. Is this something I should be caring about? Like, is the $10 credit really worth it?
Okay, hold on. Do you have a PlayStation Plus subscription?
I just have the baseline PSN.
Doesn't matter as long as like, do you have the thing that allows you to play online?
No, I don't have any of the streaming up. I have the Sorry, that allows you to play online. Yes,
you have the one that gives you the free games.
Yes. The lowest
tier. Like the lowest tier. Fine. Yeah. If you do not have PlayStation Plus, there's no point in you using the service because you don't get any points at all. If you have PlayStation Plus, then yes, you may as well use the service because the way points are calculated for this is if I spend 100, I'm going to use Star Wars as an example. I bought the gold edition, which here is $144 plus tax, came to about 163. That is 1,633 points instantly.
And what does that transfer into dollars or?
Okay, so they go into your like stars balance as points, and then for me, I have a higher point like redemption thing because Canada, right? So a $5 credit of PlayStation Store wallet here is 1,250 points.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess it's even if it's not if smaller amounts or whatever, it's still something. It's still a discount.
Yeah.
All right.
There are larger rewards you can.
Head.
Pardon?
I said I've been hitting their ass across their head because every time the thing about the points things, you can get points for just like doing like little small remedial tasks in the store and stuff like that. Like, hey, play this game and we'll give you like 30 points or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's great because like you said,
a lot of quests like that. Like some of them give points, others give like collectibles for a little trophy case on your profile. Like for example, there's yep.
I'm gonna break it down in terms like a $20 PlayStation store card is 5,000 points.
For me, it's the equivalent of the $20 card is 25 here, and it's 6,250.
So. It's 5,000 points. It's for the $5 card is 1,250. And the thing about it is, you also can get free games too. Like that, you can like if you get 17,500 points, you get Stellar Blade for free essentially. And they had those things switch up every month. Where you can like whether different types of games or avatars or things you can get in the store. It's really cool. I highly recommend it. You don't have to necessarily buy stuff to get points. You can just like go on the PlayStation app and do certain tasks that they ask you to do, and once you complete those tasks, you get rewarded for it with points.
Interesting.
And those points add up.
So it's kind of like if I've been going to my local supermarket without joining their club, and I'm missing all sorts of like deals and discounts potentially.
Yeah,
correct.
All right. Also, well, I got to get my poop together and get on there.
PlayStation Stars itself also has a unique benefit. I think it's not the best thing for them to have done, but depending on your PlayStation Stars level, depends on what priority you get for assistance with the network if you need any. So
I don't think I've ever really needed assistance if it's not working.
But if you do, and you happen to be the highest level of PlayStation Stars, which is level 4, you get bumped to the beginning of the queue.
I don't know how I feel about that, but it's only video games, so it's not very important.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but it's a useful program. It's certainly something, though. I'll tell you that much.
Well, thanks for the info on that. I know I've asked this of you before, but I just kept seeing all these articles popping up. Oh, it's coming back, and now we're changing things. So maybe it'll be okay for me because I won't know the good old times, and I'll just deal with other crap they have now.
I'm level 3, by the way.
Nice.
Level 4 Snerts requires. It should tell you what your upgrade requirements are there, Delvin. If you click on your actual level.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to click on the level.
This is fun. This is everybody checking their phone version of the PlayStation experience.
No, I am claiming something that I have to claim now or I'll lose it. So,
oh, look at that. I can sign up easily through the app too.
Yeah, you can only, it's only available through the app.
Oh, I finally get to use that app for something besides screenshots.
Correct.
Yeah.
So do you find these changes awful, or what's your opinion? I mean, you guys use this, I don't. So is this you're annoyed by because you got to spend the points earlier, or what?
I use my points basically as soon as I have rewards for them. So like I don't find it there, but some people did like trying to save up for the bigger rewards, like the 17,000 one, for example. Delvin, what are the upgrade requirements from 3 to 4?
It does not say for me.
It should tell you, like, because like when I go in there right now and I click on like can you see that? Is that like, that's what it should, when you click on your tab there, it should give you this. I don't see the upgrade requirements because I'm the highest level.
I get that, but it just says current level, and it says my trophies, rare trophies and above, and it says full game purchases.
Yeah, there should, like, when for you it should say full game purchases, and then there should be a slash which tells you what's required.
Does not say it.
Interesting.
Oh, is this it? It says full game purchase 46 out of 2 /2.
46 out of 2.
It says 46/2.
Yeah, so that means you passed the requirement to move up, and I don't know why it didn't do that. How many trophies do you need to earn, though? Because trophies are a requirement to level up.
And that's where the problem is. I have 17 out of 32.
Quick, Haley, log into Delvin's PlayStation and get trophies for him.
I literally wouldn't be able to play anything. He game shares with Lucas. I wouldn't be able to play anything on his account.
I was just joking.
I know. I would help him out with it, but I can't because he game shares with Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, you're our platinum princess, so that was the first thing that goes to my mind. Haley to the rescue.
Because for reference, when I look at mine, it tells me full game purchases 7, and then rare trophies and above. How much do you think is there, Snerts?
Hundreds, thousands.
1,228.
Thousands.
Yeah. So, but also, so your level will reset at a certain time. I am level 4 through January 1st, 2026.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Nice.
All right. We got any more things left? I want to get to these these questions. We've been going for a while.
I think that's at the end of our main our mini news stories. We didn't really pick a main topic this week, did we?
No.
It was kind of Wukong. We talked about that for a minute. That's what I was thinking. Like, we can probably go to our questions now.
I mean, all right. Folks at home, pick whatever the small stories we talked about and pick your favorite. That's our main topic for the episode.
Hey.
Let's get to these questions. I'm surprised we got quite a few here.
Yeah, I was surprised too, given the short time.
All right, let's go. Skittles asks. Oh, that's right, Skittles.
Yes,
Whatever.
that is right. Is Skittles. Yes.
Which of the games you have pre-ordered for the fall that you're most excited for? It's a good question.
Okay. So I'm going to take this question at its logical endpoint because they were asking me what games I had pre-ordered, like I was getting for the rest of the year. I have only pre-ordered one of them. However, I'm going to take this question to its logical endpoint and answer it the way that I'm expecting them to want it to answer. And my answer is Dragon Age and Assassin's Creed. They're both tied.
Okay. I have not pre-ordered. I haven't pre-ordered that much this year.
Same. I'm usually not
Oh,
in the
yeah.
pre-order crowd unless there's something really enticing for it. But
I usually am. But I think the only thing I really have pre-ordered right now is Outlaws.
Star Wars. Yeah, you have Star Wars
Oh,
pre-ordered.
of course,
And the reason I know you have Star Wars pre-ordered is because the fucking PlayStation Network snitches on your ass. It literally, when your friends digitally pre-order a game and you pre-order the same one, it'll tell you like so and so owns this game or yada yada. Or the other day, and I can say this because they've like the embargo is out there. But like for example, I know that Greg Miller is playing Outlaws right now because he's reviewing it. So
well, it's a good thing I didn't buy all those porn games on PS4.
hey Delvin, I would never see that because I don't buy those games. So you're safe there, buddy.
I was wondering if they would do the opposite too. We're like, hey, look, your friend bought this cool game. Don't you want to be like your friend? Don't you don't want to miss out, do you?
PlayStation does sort of do that, but not in the way that Steam will straight up snitch on your ass for playing one of those games. PlayStation will go, hey, here's a list of games that are popular with your friends, but it needs to be more than one person playing that game for it to show up in that list. So even that, I wouldn't see Delvin playing the porn games unless I explicitly went searching through the friends list.
Do I need to start playing porn games, Delvin, so we can get Haley some access?
I am not going to play these porn games. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Like, y'all can have your porn. I'm just not interested in playing the porn games.
This one comes with a free towel.
Gross. No.
I was thinking, I did pre-order some games. I pre-ordered Lolly Shop Pop Chainsaw. I pre-ordered Clock Tower.
Okay.
I pre-ordered a few games, but they're all the physical versions of the games.
Well, yeah, I knew you were gonna get a limited. So when you pre-ordered Lollipop, did you buy the one that comes with the statue or just the regular game?
No, I actually got it off of PlayAsia.
Okay, so the same place Donnie got his. Okay.
Because PlayAsia had a deal where you buy two get one free, and it was on pre-orders.
Yep.
Like,
so I am pre-ordering Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster and Lollipop on Thursday when I get paid. Oh, actually, I don't think I've mentioned this. Hey, guess who doesn't get paid on a regular time anymore?
Haley.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, so we switched payroll systems, and the past 2 pay periods, I have not gotten paid on time.
Yeah, I would not tolerate that. I would not be working anymore if I'm not getting paid.
Oh, I got paid on the day I was supposed to get paid. But as I've mentioned before, my normal time for deposit is 3:31 a.m. That's when I normally get paid. The first pay period on the new payroll system, I didn't get paid till 5:30 in the afternoon. But that there was a banking issue that day. Can't really fault that one. Last paycheck, I didn't get paid till like noon. And I had to email my boss, and he was like, "It should be there soon." And I was like, "Oh boy." So I guess this is just a thing now where we just get paid whenever they hit the button and not automated like we're supposed to.
So this is what you do, Haley.
Uh-huh.
Whenever the next place you go to that you have to inventory, just take a whole bunch of stuff and say, "This is my pay for now," until I get my goddamn money.
Walking out with a bunch of Nikes or whatever.
Nah, I
set up a swap meet.
I would like to keep my job and not go to jail.
Yeah, these fell off the truck. Yeah, I don't have anything pre-ordered at the moment.
Okay, well,
I am excited.
for coming
I am excited though for Star Wars Outlaws. I think that's the big one right there. And Warhammer, was it 40K Space Marines 2?
Yeah,
I don't know if
Space
that's coming
Marines
out
2.
this year, but I've been
That's
seeing a lot of.
September 9th.
Yeah, so it is. Okay. I have never played a Warhammer game, but
Neither have I.
on the Who Would Win show, they've had a couple of these characters in their nerdy match fights, and
That's good.
I've been intrigued by them. I think this might be my first dive into it. I'm still a little bit on the fence, but I was reading how they're using the World War Z swarm mode to increase the number of enemies that are on the screen, and it looks like beautiful, chaotic, violent fun.
Don't get pulled into the propaganda of Warhammer 40K is all I have to say.
You know me, as soon as I start playing in a new game, I'm like, oh, this is my new religion. I can't.
You see, it's funny. You think that's a joke, but I'm literally telling you there have been people, and I've known them personally, who were normal, rational people who played 40K once, and we don't talk anymore.
They're indoctrinated.
They went hard down the alt-right pipeline through Warhammer.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I don't even want to know. Never mind.
No, we don't. Delvin, we do not want to know.
I don't think you want to know. No. It was a weird time.
The next question, please. We're not
exactly.
Also, I am not saying no. Hold on. I do need to specify this because people take what I say a little too literally sometimes. This person did that. Do I think Snurts is going to do that? No. Am I going to make the joke anyways? Yes.
Yes. I mean, look at me. I'm basically the fucking image of alt-right with this blonde Mayo face here.
You're missing the blue eyes there, sir. You're missing the blue eyes.
I have blue eyes. Go close.
They don't show. They look brown through the camera.
Yeah, through the camera they do. Yeah, it also depends, man. My eyes sometimes change. They can go to a more greenish tint or a bluish tint depending on what I'm wearing. But regardless, I will not be going down that terrible path.
But I know there's several people in the Discord who are excited to play.
It looks really neat. It does. Yeah. So we'll see. That's what those are the two most that I'm looking forward to at this moment.
Okay. All right,
Delvin, what are you most excited for? You never answered.
Oh, I didn't.
No, you just said what games you had pre-ordered, but you never said what you were actually most excited for.
Star Wars and Dragon Age. Those are the ones.
There you go. Okay. Sweet.
I love Dragon Age. Oh, Indiana Jones. I almost forgot Indiana Jones. The Xbox exclusive for 6 months.
I hope I can wait 6 months. I don't know. I might just have to watch the movies again.
I'm going to play it on Game Pass, and then I'm just going to buy it on PS5.
Oh, cool. I'm curious to see what you think of the game.
I feel like they're going to probably have some kind of cool steelbook, some shit like that for PS5. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
That punch does not look like it connects with the guy's face. Just saying.
No, it does not. But that's true to the movies. Turbo Nick asks, what setting would you like to see in a new Far Cry game? That's a good ass question.
They've done just about everything, haven't they?
For Far Cry? Nah.
I guess they've done a lot of islands and mountain towns.
Let's set it in Kyoto.
Okay.
Cool.
Sure.
You know what? Dubai.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. That could be fun. I was thinking Australia. Somewhere in that giant continent.
You can have a kangaroo with a sidekick.
That's what I was thinking. Kangaroo with an AK? Absolutely.
Yes.
I was thinking someplace where, like, because it's the vehicles, you want to have nice space, right? Have they done an urban Far Cry setting?
Yes.
Which one was that?
So 5 has urban sections, and so does 6.
It's more 6 definitely
You know, like
has
actual
some
city
urban
city.
sections for sure because they have that big main capital city. But I'm thinking like an LA, a Chicago, a Miami.
Oh yeah, no, they haven't done anything like that.
Yeah, because it's usually more rural settings for them because you want that open space to drive around and whatnot. But Far Cry is one of those games just very similar to Assassin's Creed that you can kind of pluck into almost any setting, and I think it would work.
The North Pole.
I was thinking actually that too. Polar bear with a
100%.
rocket launcher? Hell yeah.
Oh, boy.
Animals wreck weapons.
I want a grenade launcher that shoots penguins.
Why?
Because I'm a silly goose.
That'd be great. All right. Jackie G asks, what was your favorite announcement from Gamescom?
Borderlands 4 and Dying Light the Beast.
The ending. They're like, hey, Gamescom is over. Thank you for watching. All right, yeah, that's my favorite announcement. It's over. Good, we appreciate you.
Neither of you two watched it. We know this. But what was your favorite announcement?
I mean, just Indiana Jones and Borderlands 4.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Delvin?
No, but it's not favorite announcements. They're all like, all right, this is fine. That King Toll game looks cool.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen anything. Is it a real King Kong game or is it that crap that we got before?
So I'm assuming it's gonna be the same crap we got before.
I hope
Bummer.
not. It looks interesting because what it is it's a side-scrolling game where you play a human and you're in the city where King Kong is and these kaiju monsters are fighting in the background.
Okay.
And you're trying to survive the city while this is going on. So it's not like a game mill game. It looks actually pretty interesting.
Is that Kong Survival Instinct?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to check out that trailer later.
That's fascinating.
Nice.
And it comes out this year.
A lot of stuff comes out this year.
Yeah. Right. Next question from Terps fan. What does SIE take from Concord's presumed failure?
Nothing, because SIE doesn't learn.
There you go. Easy peasy.
That's a great answer.
Genuinely, though, we should throw Rude Day's question in here as well, because it's kind of the same one.
Okay. Root Days asks, with Concord seemingly not taking off, do you think this is a genre issue more than the game itself? Yes, that's exactly what I think it is.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think it's a genre issue more than the game itself. I think it's that the game is $40 and all the other hero shooters are free. Because genuinely, people are very excited for another hero shooter that's launching in 3 months.
What is that?
Oh, Marvel Rivals.
Marvel
is
Rivals
that one free?
is another. Yes, it's free.
That's free.
And
Yeah, okay.
all of the heroes will be free at launch, and they've already committed to them being free after launch. So any heroes get added are going to be free as well.
Oh,
and
wow.
They can do that because, again, it's a Marvel game, so they're going to make boatloads of money off the skins for the characters.
Oh, I see. So if you want Magneto and his like super sexy outfit, you got to pay extra, but you get a default costume for whatever.
Yeah, but again, how rare, like that's pretty rare nowadays for a hero shooter to have all the heroes available at launch.
It is very rare. Absolutely.
But
I'm super interested to see how that game does.
I don't think it's the genre. I genuinely think that this game, Concord, wasn't marketed well. It's trying to do the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, which works for some people, but not for everyone. But also, like, I've barely seen any marketing for Concord. I'm not really into that type of game. Like, Marvel Rivals is cool. I'll try it for a bit, but I don't know that I'm going to stick with it. Right? Like, I don't think it's the genre because I know boatloads of people who are just so excited for Marvel Rivals to come out. Valorant just launched on console. That's another hero shooter. It's a different type of hero shooter because it's more of a, hey, you die once, you're out for the whole game. right?
Mhm.
Whereas Concord and stuff like that, it's got respawns, right? But those games have built an audience because they're free games and then they make their money other ways. This game is $40 up front, which isn't a bad thing to do for a game, but I think that's part of why it's struggling. It's $40. It's got the bizarre PlayStation Online requirements for Steam, so that already factors into a bunch of countries not being able to buy it alone, right? I genuinely think it's just the game, which sucks. But I've seen a bunch of like people that I follow on Twitter playing it on PlayStation this week and having a blast with it. I don't think it's the genre. I think it's the game not doing a very good job of marketing itself and its upfront cost.
It's more like the approach to the genre than the genre itself.
Probably.
Is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
So speaking personally, I not really caring for hero shooters myself. I was hoping this would be like just a shooter action game with a campaign and a story of some kind, especially when they were talking about cinematics and whatnot. And then I just remember watching it. I forget the first time I saw it. I think it was one of the PlayStation events. And I was like, oh, this looks neat. Oh, I like the hot sauce bit. Okay, I can roll with this. And then as soon as it turned into a hero shooter, I was like, I'm good. Thanks, though.
That was Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
And I do want to point out that another thing that I think this game has going against it is they've said that the story will play out over weekly drops, like weekly cutscene drops. Are those cutscenes going to repeat for anyone who picks up the game later?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, who knows? I also thought that was a weird way to entice players. That was my thinking of it. Someone in a meeting was like, how do we keep people hooked in this genre, right? How do we keep people coming back every day? We'll do cutscenes. Everybody loves cutscenes. We'll do special cutscenes. People will want to watch the cutscenes. And I think that was just a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Just make a single player game, please.
Yeah.
You're going to have the hero shooter aspect on it, but just make a single player aspect of the game. I would buy all these games. They had a cool single player aspect to them. Call of Duty does a great job of that.
Yes, they do. I still will pick up. I'm not up on the times of the Call of Duty games. I always wait for them to get like $20, but then I will go and play those campaigns, and I am always appreciative that those still exist.
Yeah, Call of Duty campaign is like 4 hours, and I will buy a $70 game every time to play that campaign.
Yeah, there you go. And some of those new campaigns, man, it is the level of detail and graphics that they put into those things is very amazing.
Yeah, Call of Duty succeeds in this. This will be an interesting year for Call of Duty, given that it's on Game Pass, but it's definitely, it's Call of Duty succeeds in this, but Call of Duty is not really a hero shooter. If you get
it's not. It is a different genre.
It's a different genre, but it's the same concept to me in terms of like you trying to get people to come in and come and play this game that's multiplayer. Because Call of Duty is basically a multiplayer game. Because people don't really play the campaign like that, but you got to have something to pull single player people into the game, and that's the thing. I like a lot of these hero shooters are missing. Like people like me aren't really digging that because like the characters look cool, the story looks cool. I have to play multiplayer for it. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for like a heist, like single player experience where you're going on all these missions to, do what thievery and other kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy like stuff, right? Anti-hero stuff, maybe. But so, oh well, c'est la vie.
Yeah. All right. Our next question is from Delvin Jr. He asks, "What characters would you want to see for Marvel Rivals?" Moon Knight's already got leaked, so I'm going Cyclops. His PR manager's going crazy, and we need more Cyclops content.
I agree.
So I have a question for Delvin Jr. Who's the PR manager for Cyclops? Because I did not he texted me this question to enter into the fucking doc. I do not know what he meant by Cyclops' PR manager is going crazy right now. Who?
I think he was making a joke with the popularity of Cyclops given X-Men 97. And I think he was being facetious that there's a fictional PR manager named Charles Xavier.
Right. Puerto Rican manager.
Puerto Rican
PR.
manager. Yeah, Puerto Rican manager. That's right.
Oye, Cyclops, my bling.
Also, a hero shooter with Cyclops. You think that would be a natural fit given his powers?
I just gave him a
who,
gun.
yeah, Fortnite did just give him a gun. Who do
There
I
you go.
want for Marvel Rivals? Fucking give me Daisy Johnson or Kitty Pryde.
Ooh,
Nobody.
that could be
I'm not
fun.
playing that bullshit. Not playing it. I have no interest in Marvel Rivals.
Okay, but you can still name a Marvel hero that you would like to be in the game, sir. You know Marvel heroes.
Squirrel Girl.
There you go.
There you go.
NFL Super Pro.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, Snurts, really?
Yes.
Delvin knows where I pulled that deep cut from.
Yes.
But
NFL Super Pro, the legend.
Yeah, with his and also let's put in his arch nemesis. What is it? Rewind, review, what is it? Replay?
Yes, instant replay. Yes,
instant replay. That's it. Yeah, very good.
Yes. No. All right.
I don't know. I'm looking at the roster. It's already pretty stacked.
I'm not playing this shit. Right now, I have less than zero interest in playing this game. Like none.
It's free, so I'm wondering if I'll try to like play it with some friends or if I will just ignore it altogether.
I'm going to ignore it altogether.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, I'm just really not. I can't really think of some. I'm looking at the roster here, and I'm just like, that sounds pretty good.
You know they're going to keep adding.
Of course. They'll get Red Hulk, Green Hulk, Gray Hulk, She-Hulk.
No.
Human Torch sounds fun.
Stallion.
Megala Stallion.
Yes, because the She-Hulk TV show, she is canon. She's canon.
There you go. Baby. Her special power is twerking, and she just wipes the floor with everybody.
My favorite part about that entire thing is all the people getting mad about She-Hulk, and I'm just like, that's like the most accurate comic book adaptation.
I love that series. It was great. I mean, the way she was hooking up with Daredevil and then made him do the walk of shame, fabulous, amazing.
No, not even just that. I just genuinely, people are upset that like she does this, this, and this, and I'm like, have you never read a Jennifer Walters comic book? Like, what are you fucking doing?
The whole fourth wall breaking with the Kevin Feige AI machine or whatever, that was brilliant.
Great. I appreciate that people are so mad at that Meg Thee Stallion scene, which was literally an extra credit scene in the show.
Yeah, but it gets up there all the time.
About it. Like that wasn't even in the show. It was just an after credit scene, a funny after credit scene.
It's the same as like people getting upset at the after credit scene for what is it, Spider-Man Homecoming, where it's literally Captain America pulling up a chair.
Which is another great after credit scene.
It is, yes. People were so mad though. They were literally so mad because they waited for the after credit scene. It's just Captain America giving them a fucking shit talk for getting detention.
People will get mad no matter what happens. It just seems like we live in this era that the first thing people want to do when they have a new property out for something that's popular is to find a way to shit on it and make it part of their identity.
Also, genuinely still fuck you to Delvin Jr. for spoiling Deadpool for me.
Delvin Jr. spoiling it again.
No, he only spoiled it the once, but then Twitter did the rest. So,
oh yeah, I'm so glad I saw that opening weekend because day 3 it was all out there.
Not even day 3, the next day Marvel was out there tweeting shit. I'm like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah, now they have like all their like, oh, this is
scenes.
Yeah, I mean, now they're like, here's our official review or reveal of a spoiler in the movie.
The fact that an actor this week had to come out and go, "Hey, my accent in that movie was deliberately unintelligible."
Yeah,
speaks
that's the joke
for the state. I know it is, but that speaks wonders for the state of media literacy that he had to come out and clarify that was totally intentional. Like, that does not bode well, my friend.
This is a joke.
Yeah. Oh. All right, next
right.
question.
Next question from Miss Fio. That's how you said it?
Yes.
Great name. Love it.
Yeah.
She asks, infinite money, what game franchise, game company, and or fast food item would you want to bring back? Sub question. What's your favorite Marvel vs. Capcom?
So for reference, the Marvel vs. Capcom thing is like dream collaboration, so it doesn't have to be
Okay.
Marvel vs. Capcom. That's why it's in brackets included. But she asked the two questions there. The first one being, if you had infinite money, like what game studio or whatnot would you bring back? I am immediately going with Visceral. Bring him back.
Okay.
That's the people who did Dead Space.
Yes.
Yeah, bring them back, 100%. I love Dead Space.
And I say that and not Infamous because the people that made Infamous are still around. They're just doing other things.
Well, I mean, so you could have said, I thought you were going to pick Infamous. Really, that's what I
I
thought you were
always
going
go for Infamous, and
Yeah.
I will always want Infamous, but Sony's like out there not listening. So
You know what? To be different, I'm going to say bring back Sega. But the game making company, the console makers,
Oh, you want hardware?
hardware Sega, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you want your Dreamcast revived, Zombie Cast.
Dreamcast 2, baby. Bring back the Dreamcast 2, the Sega Neptune, everything like that. I think that would be pretty fun to see what Sega would do in this modern generation.
Sure. What if there was a world where Sega and Xbox ended up merging because they were both kind of like floundering like
That would be
below
cool.
Sony and Nintendo, right? That I don't know. That just a weird what if kind of like game came into my brain when I heard that combo. It's like, oh man, what if they were like both kind of like on the lower end? They're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna combine our forces together and we're gonna have Sega X.
Kind of dig it. Kind of dig it. All
I'm
right.
trying to think. I would like to see some Marvel Ultimate Alliance come back as far as a game goes. I think we are due for some top-down RPG style Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do miss those games.
Yes.
I don't eat a
You
lot
know
of
what
fast
game
food, so
I
I don't
missed?
even know what's like
you know
gone.
what game I miss? Marvel Heroes Omega.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was so
damn.
good. That was a lot of fun, and then they just got rid of
That's
it for
cool.
some reason.
Well, the studio shut down and the servers got closed. So, for anyone who doesn't know what Marvel Heroes or Marvel Heroes Omega is, because they're both the same game, but Omega was the version that was available on console, it was an online game where you picked whatever hero you wanted to play, and you ran through a story that was carefully crafted. It wasn't like a standard MMO, but it was like a Marvel story, but it was online, and you could play with up to 4 players in a party. And they had great character designs. Like, for example, if you chose to play as Spider-Man, one of the skins was Venom, but another skin was Spider-Gwen, who's now called Ghost Spider because, there's multiple Spider-Women out there. So that doesn't really work.
Call yourself Spider in your first name.
Hey man, that's because originally she was meant to be a one-shot character, and she was so popular that she's literally the only version of Gwen Stacy out there now. So I'll fucking take it. Okay, I love Spider-Gwen a lot. Like, she's my favorite Spider-Person.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like how she's in a band too with MJ and friends. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, well, I mean, because Peter Parker's dead in her universe, so
right. Well, and there's that touching panel too, where like Peter Parker from the different universe meets Gwen, right? And they're kind of like, hey, like shared trauma, we should watch out for each other, and it's touching.
Yes. But like Marvel Heroes and Omega, again, they're the same game, but like it was a fun time, and then the studio went under and the servers were shut down, so now you can't play it.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah.
I don't really have a Marvel Capcom Dream collaboration. I'm struggling with that one.
I mean, they kind of did it, but not well already. Like Mortal Kombat and DC like had that combo game.
Yeah. You know what? Marvel. Let's go that route. Marvel versus DC game.
That would be fun. That'd be a
Marvel
lot of
versus
fun.
DC fighting game.
Yeah, I would even if it's mediocre, I would play that, especially if they have a NetherRealms like story that's fun to enjoy.
So let me ask you this, Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer a NetherRealms version of that game or a Marvel versus Capcom version of that game?
Definitely Marvel versus Capcom because NetherRealm needs better netcode.
I enjoy the combat more.
I like
Marvel
how
Capcom.
I immediately said something that Delvin didn't understand.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Is it?
Okay, so the netcode for NetherRealm games is not good. Like it essentially causes like frame skips and things like that cause like lag. It doesn't matter on your internet connection either. Like essentially, like hits don't register sometimes because of the netcode.
So that's not important for a fighting game.
That's a gameplay feature for Mortal Kombat.
That's a gameplay feature.
This is just Mortal Kombat.
It's a feature, not a bug.
Yes.
I would rather like Capcom do Marvel versus DC if we're doing like
Now, would we want the 2v2 or 1v1?
Either. I mean, you can do that in Mortal Kombat as well. Like it's just a tag team match.
I think 2v2 would be fun.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin versus Daredevil and Elektra.
Yes.
That's an instant floor wipe.
Elektra picks him up.
Yes, instantly. Doesn't matter how much prep you give Bruce, he's dead. Like neck snapped, nothing.
Yeah, but that's why those fighting games are fun, is because they don't make sense. You know, the Injustice games, you have everybody fighting Superman, even though like reality, you would just wipe the floor with most people.
Except Batman, because Batman somehow found a way to beat him.
Oh my god, don't get me started on that shit. But also, I do want to point it out that it's so funny to always see Superman be afraid of Plastic Man. It's so fucking funny. Yeah. It's like, dude, don't engage Plastic Man. Don't engage Plastic Man. Anybody who doesn't understand, Plastic Man is one of the most terrifying creatures that DC has. Like, and I say creature. Say creature literally. He's one of the most powerful DC comic characters ever. And the best part is that like, if he were a villain, they would have no way to stop him at all. Yeah. He's just a wild individual. Like he can't be stopped.
Yes, I agree. All right. We have a final statement from Matthew Dawson. And he asked, not a question, but I'm requesting a moment of silence for the now canceled Crash / Spyro crossover game.